So I'm just sitting here in my camper right now, and I'm kind of getting all my gear together, and I'm getting ready for a through hike of the Loyalsock Trail, and it's not far from here. The parking is probably a little over an hour drive. So I've known about this trail obviously for a while. Um, I've heard people talk about it and seen a couple videos here and there of it, people hiking on it, and yeah, it just seems like it would be fun. It's a short through hike. It's 59.21 miles, and it just like a different place to be on. Um, the whole community around it, I think, is it's for a small trail, it's kind of similar, like I guess you could say, to the AT. A lot of people use it. It goes through World's End State Park, so there's a lot of people that go there. But the Alpine Club of Williamsport, they maintain it, and it's just like they make a big deal about it, like because it's a cool trail, and they're just kind of pumped on it, and from what I understand, they maintain it really well. And so, yeah, I'm just kind of excited to do it. There's some other trails up this way that I've been wanting to do, but the last couple of years I've just been kind of chipping away at the AT, and I finally decided, just kind of like enough of the AT for a while. I wanted to get out and do something different, and what better than to get on this trail for basically just say 4 days and just have some fun with it. So the Loyalsock Trail runs west to east. That's the way I'll be hiking, and it follows the Allegheny Plateau, and so it cuts through a lot of those north-south streams and whatnot, and that's where you get all the waterfalls along this trail. So I'm kind of excited to see all those because there's a bunch of them, and so yeah, I'm just real excited about the whole trip, and I've been getting my gear together. Um, got a couple new things, of course, um, and so I originally thought it was going to be a little bit cooler, but it looks like the temps are kind of going to be back up, and so I'm just kind of floating with like my standard summer gear plus a couple things. Um, you know, there's not really going to be in my opinion any danger of anything. So yeah, I'm just kind of getting some things together, and then I'll take you through that. And I also got the map kit for the trail. So yeah, I'll probably sit down and kind of talk about that a little bit too. So just coming over here to the table, the gear table. Here's my clothes. I got my Hoka Speed Goat 3 and Gingy socks, and of course my Dirty Girl Gators. These things are trashed. I'm gonna need a new set soon. They're getting holes in them and all kinds of stuff. Um, that is a pair of Champion women's running shorts, and they're very short, um, but they work really nice for in the hot weather. And then that's just some synthetic underwear from Target. And then that's the Columbia Silver Ridge long sleeve shirt that I usually have rolled up, and also a neck knife in case if the breather comes after me. So then there's my hammock gear. This is my Dutchwear half-wit hammock, so I'll be using that again, same from the last trip. And then that's my tarp. I'm not using my mini tarp. That's actually my 12-foot hammock gear Cuban fiber tarp. I figured since this trail is kind of remote, I just wanted to have that extra coverage for sleep in case if there is like a rain in the middle of the night. Forecast should be clear, but that was just something I didn't want to risk because there's no shelters on this trail. Since I'm wearing the shorts, I had thought about wearing zip-off pants. it looks like the way they maintain this should be clear ticks. I have a lot of permethrin treated on my clothing. But anyway, that's just my outdoor research raincoat. That's more for like a warmth type of thing because I'm not packing any extra clothes. So I have that just for the warmth factor. And this is the Dutchwear rain skirt. And I'm not particularly bringing that because of rain. I'm bringing that in case if I need to throw that on quick, just because of the stinging nettles. They say in the handbook, there might be some around, and you got to kind of keep an eye out for those. So, being that I'm not bringing like my zip-off pants, I'll just have that rain skirt with me, and then that way, if I do see some nettles, I can just kind of throw that on quick and just kind of keep trucking through that kind of stuff. So, so that was the reason for bringing that. Um, this is my regular power. This is the Anchor 13,400. I'll probably be doing a little bit more videoing, so for just in case, I'm bringing my lipstick charger too, just to get me that like extra like charge and a half or 2 charges in case if I need it. I probably won't even need that, but like I said, I probably will be filming more than usual. Because usually in the AT I'm just kind of screwing around, whatever. This is my my ditty bag and hygiene stuff. I already went over that in the video. This is new. This is the hang time hook. I can hang my phone from that, from the ridge line of my hammock. So now I'll get to talk to you in style while I'm laying in my hammock. Yay. Reordered another one of those. That's the Petzl E-Light. On my last trip, I gifted mine to a little girl. She was with her parents, and I trail named her Glow Plug. So yeah, so I got a new flashlight. That was $30. I'm going with the same cook kit as last time. That's my Imusa pot, the 12 centimeter, and then my smaller coffee pot with the fancy feast stove and all that stuff. Over here, oh, real quick. So I got a new buff. This is more of like the head wrap buff. It comes up around, like you can do it like a ninja mask. So this is merino wool, and the company is North by North, and he has merino wool buffs and kind of like kerchiefs and that kind of stuff. So yeah, so I got one of these, and I'll get into the whole merino wool thing a little bit later. And then over here is just my same summer pack. That's the Granite Gear Virga 26. Bringing my obviously my umbrella, sunglasses. Got my Vargo dig tool, and my straps in there for my hammock, stakes. Around the front here, that's just my standard Z-Packs water bottle pouch, whatever. Got snacks in there. And then that's my Hyperlight Mountain Gear phone pouch. And in here, in the front, I got my pens. In there I can fit my maps and also my phone. And then I'm also bringing my compass too. Obviously, just this is going to be, I think, a little bit more remote, less phone coverage. And then as far as my quilts, I'm just bringing my standard summer quilts. I have a 40-degree Enlightened Equipment short under quilt, and then I have a cheaper Aegis Max top quilt, basically rated for probably 35 or 40 degrees. So, and that works great for the summer. Yeah, on the topic of merino wool, is that's been something that for a while now I've been looking at. It's been really tough to like justify the price. It is expensive. Now that buff was $30. I mean, that to me is, just a regular cloth buff. Those are whatever. The Buff brand, they're like $15 or $20. So $30 for merino wool, I'm not, that's pretty cheap for the buff, but My problem is I am such a hot hiker. I sweat so much. Um, and I want to try. It's going to be a little trial and error. I'm not going to go all in, obviously, because it is expensive. But I think slowly I'm going to try to get some merino wool clothing, like shirts. I'll probably start out maybe with like a smart wool t-shirt, and I'll just try that out to see how it works, to see if it keeps me a little bit cooler than like, you know, a synthetic shirt or like that Columbia that I've been using. Um, yeah, I get so hot and I sweat so much, and even like, you know, after day one. I mean, day one, you know, on a section hike, I'm sweating it all out the first couple hours, and I'll dry off eventually. But you know, days two and three, you know, I'm good for the morning, but then by the time afternoon hits, you know, I'm a sweater, and so I want to try the merino wool, and I just want to see how it works out for me, to see if it's something where, you know, because like a t-shirt's probably going to be, you know, at least $100. I saw some of the button-down shirts are like 150. Some of them are 180. So it's pretty pricey, you know. But I'm going to slowly get one or two items and just kind of see how they work. Obviously not for this hike. I'm just kind of going with, you know, all the standard stuff that I normally use, plus, you know, just a couple trinkets, you know, here and there that I had just recently got. So, and, you know, I'll be able to try this buff out, you know, like sleeping at night, because I usually wear one. And so just so that try to keep me from, you know, getting groggy and stuff in the morning, keep my head a little warm. So, but yeah, North by North, you know, pretty cool little company. So definitely worth checking into if you're looking for like a handkerchief or, you know, like a buff. So, and I'll probably talk about that, you know, a little bit more as I use it. So. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I had to do that hygiene video. So during the week, I had my pack all ripped apart, and then I just realized that I left my toilet paper and wipes and all that stuff at home. Thanks. Now I'm just doing my last minute trip to the store. I was going out to get supper anyway, so whatever. But that's what happens. I almost went out in the woods without any TP. That would have sucked. But I already have the TP. I'm just going to I'm going to go get some wipes and some hand sanitizer. So I like to have that when I go. So yeah, that's pretty much all I need. Got everything packed, and after I get back and get situated, I'll pull out my map kits, because I wanted to look at them anyway. So whatever. Coming into Watsontown. So I had the maps pulled out here. They give you 3 of them with the kit. 1, 2, 3. They have obviously the key and all that stuff. And then there's also a handbook with it, just a small one, fits in your pocket. So, so it gives you a good description, like all your parking coordinates. And then it you know, it has kind of like the written in details. It'll give you the mileage with the elevation, and then some, you know, just some notes to read, you know, things you're passing and whatnot. So actually the first mile on this thing is pretty intense. Actually the first like half mile, I mean, you're starting at 662 feet of elevation, and heading up into 1,500 feet pretty quick. I know that that's the first like couple miles of the trails supposed to be really tough, and then it kind of levels out from there. So this whole kit was I think it was $20, and so then you have your starting point here, and this is all marked out. They have blazes, specific blazes for the Loyalsock Trail. And then like on the map here, let me see, as you come along, it'll tell you where the falls are at. That's the F. So there's a lot of waterfalls along here. Right here is a revision that they put in the book that wasn't done on the map, so I had to write that in. And then as you get in over here, in the last third of the trail, that's where the World's End State Park is at. So you're hiking through there as well. There's a lot of falls in that area. There's a visitor center. So I think they have like some soda machines there, and like a little concession stand. And so then they're over in this area is where the end of the trail's at. And right over in here. So I'll be parking over in here and getting a shuttle back to the beginning. As far as I know, on the shuttle, they told me over the phone it was $95. So I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, 60 miles, $95. These are going through a lot more back roads and whatnot. So but yeah, it's a pretty nice little map kit. There's places you can order it online, and then also up close to that World's End State Park, there's a little town there called Forksville, and there's a little general store. So actually a couple weeks ago, I was up here at my camper, and I actually drove up to the general store and I bought one. That way I didn't have to wait for it online. I was already up here, so it took me like 45 minutes to drive to the to the state park there, Forksville or whatever it is. So yeah, so that's pretty much the map kit, and I'll be able to put the ones that I'm not really using, map 2 and 3. I won't need this right off the bat, so I'll just have this up in my front pouch. Probably with my book too. So yeah, decent little kit. It's just marked really well. And then also over here around the World's End, there's this red trail. So that's called the Link Trail, and that's actually a loop trail. So another, you can through hike this trail, or you can park here at the end, and then you can take the Loyalsock Trail and then catch up with the Link Trail at the park, and then come back around over to your parking. So I think that's like a 25 or 30 mile loop if you wanted to do it that way. So but yeah, I just wanted to do the whole thing and have some fun with it. So that's your map kit for the Loyalsock Trail.